New persistent daily headaches can be slightly terrifying or even very terrifying when they come on, because one day you don't have any kind of headache, but then all of a sudden now you've got a headache all day, every day. So we're talking about where do they come from, what are they, and most importantly, what can we do about them? So hi, I'm Dr. Beth, Osteopath here at Melbourne Headache Solutions. So chronic headaches, or these new persistent daily headaches, they're essentially a threshold problem. So with headaches, then they come on when you have reached your certain threshold, and all of a sudden the headaches have now started switching on. Now your threshold is different to my threshold, is different to the next person's threshold. So essentially we have these building blocks that contribute and build up until essentially we have reached our threshold where the headaches will turn on. Now, what are these building blocks that contribute to reaching our threshold that switch on these headaches? So, for a lot of people, then these building blocks are things like sleep disorders or having terrible sleep, which a lot of people have got. We need our 7 to 9 hours of sleep, and we need good quality sleep. So if you're having bad sleep, then this is one of the building blocks. If we have a stressful life or stressful events that are happening in our life, this is another building block. If we then have poor gut health or a poor diet, this can be another building block. And then if you have chronic neck dysfunctions in through here, or if you suddenly get a trauma in through your neck, then this can be another building block. Same with clenching or grinding your teeth, same with being deficient in supplements, and so forth and so on, and hormones as well. Now, for some people, it's 1 or 2 building blocks, and for other people, it's many building blocks that will then pile on top of one another until eventually you reach your threshold where your body just simply can't take it anymore, and then it gives you headaches. So, when it comes time for a new persistent daily headache, for a lot of people, they've already had 1 or 2 building blocks, but you haven't reached your threshold where the headaches are now presenting. But then all of a sudden you add one final building block, and then that's enough to reach your threshold where all of a sudden your body goes, there's something wrong, something needs to change, so I'm letting you know by giving you a headache. Some people can then identify what that final point was that tipped them over the edge, that gave them the headache, and for a lot of people it's usually something like a big stressful event, or maybe a neck injury, or something that had significantly changed in their lives. But it's not enough to simply change that one event, so say decreasing stress. You then need to wind down all the elements that have now contributed to your headaches to then switch off those headaches to make significant changes. So that's what we do with new persistent daily headaches, and then also these chronic daily headaches, so when you've had them for longer periods of time. So as I said, new persistent daily headaches can be very scary because they just suddenly switch on for no apparent reason. But as I said, there's usually been underlying causes, underlying reasons why the headaches have now suddenly turned on. It's just that you hadn't reached your threshold before this sudden onset of the pain. For a lot of people, then they've also had dysfunctions in through their neck for a really long time. So you might have had a car accident or a whiplash or a concussion or some kind of event many years ago. So 5, 10, 15 years ago. And your neck hasn't ever been in very good health for this long period of time. So these dysfunctions have been building up over years and years and years and years, and they've been contributing to, as I said, poor neck health. And then eventually with other things building on top of that, as I said, like stress or poor sleep or poor gut health or those sorts of things, then it's added on top of that to, as I said, then build to giving you new persistent daily headaches. So treating that area, treating the jaw, can improving your sleep and your stress and your gut health, and supplementing with things like magnesium and vitamin B2 and these areas, then we can really make significant changes into new persistent daily headaches, and also chronic daily headaches, which is when you've had them for longer periods of time. So I hope that this has been helpful and that you've learned something about your chronic headaches or your new persistent daily headaches. If you've got any questions or queries, drop them below and I will certainly get back to you. And if you've got any questions or queries about any types of headaches or migraines, then drop them below and I will get back to you. And if you need help with your headaches or migraines, please contact us here at Melbourne Headache Solutions. It is our absolute passion to treat people suffering with headaches and migraines, because no one should have to suffer with headaches or migraines. They're absolutely horrible conditions and we don't like to see anybody suffering. So if you need help, please reach out to us. I hope you found it helpful and I'll catch you next time, guys. Enjoy the lovely weather. Bye.